Okay, today I was going to do an unboxing of the Buck Vanguard with a rubber handle. Nice knife, you see? But I was excited about getting it and I unboxed it without remembering to do a video. So here it is. Set the sheath aside. Very nice knife, 8.5 inches long. It has a squared off handle. I prefer the rubber handle over the wooden handle models simply because I hunt in a cold climate. It's got the brass pommel, brass finger guard, real nice, kind of like on a Western L66, but nicer. 4 1/8 inch drop point blade, perfect shape, perfect hunting knife. 420 high carbon steel, comes pretty sharp out of the box. Can be a lot sharper with just a little bit of 2 minutes on a steel. Hollow ground, that makes it even easier to sharpen. Really, it's a hefty knife. Like I said, 6.5 ounces. And it's got just good heft in the hand. Feels really good any way you want to hold it. I have small hands, and it fits just fine. Somebody with medium hands or large hands would be okay too. Comes in just a regular nylon sheath, lined with plastic. Kind of a skimpy little band on the back, belt loop on the back. And as I was saying, it's the sheath does hold the knife, retains the knife real well. And some people have said it wouldn't last very long, lasts about 5 years, but I don't see any problems with the sheath. I actually prefer it over leather sheath. This is the same design, this marble sheath, but I like nylon. You can wash it. I just like it. It's lighter weight. It doesn't stain. So there's the Buck Vanguard. Really, I'm glad I got it. You might wonder, why pay for this when there are cheaper knives out there that can do the same thing? This knife retails for about $85, but you can get it on eBay any day of the week for $50 shipped. I picked this one up last week for $44.75 and free shipping, expedited shipping. I think I got it in like 2 or 3 days, and that was a pretty good deal. You won't really find this knife in brand new in the box for under $45 very often. So even on eBay. So it was a deal. But let's look at some other knives. Okay, I had this one. Like I said, this was from Marbles. This was the safety knife. It's called the Sport. 3.5 inch long, 420 high carbon blade. Thinner than the Buck Vanguard. Thinner blade. See that? But the profile, this is a willow leaf blade. The profile is almost identical. Two knives are almost identical in the shape, the sweep of the blade. Has a real comfortable oval rubber handle. Has an integrated rubber guard, finger guards, a little smaller than the Bucks. Nothing fancy. This knife, it's real hard to find this blade shape still, but you can get it in some of your swept clip point skinners still, or Bowie style skinning blades for about $20 online shipped. So it's less than half the price of the Buck. It's about half the weight of the Buck, a little over 3. This is probably 3 ounces. Like I said, 6.6 ounces for this. It was supposed to have a cheap nylon sheath, but they ran out, so they gave me a really nice leather sheath with this knife. It's almost too nice for such a junky knife. Retains real well. Nice big belt loop on this sheath, so I like it a lot. This knife would do anything the Buck would do, really, and because it was heat treated in Taiwan. Well, because it had a very good heat treatment, I can sharpen this. It has a flat grind instead of a hollow grind, and it sharpens up razor blade sharp in no time flat. Okay, that's a Marbles safety Sport. I gutted a deer with this knife. It worked fantastic. Great sheath, light as a feather. This knife weighs less than 2 ounces with the sheath. I paid about $21 shipped. You can get this now for about the same. You can get it for $15, but shipping usually adds to it. Sharpest knife I ever owned right out of the box. The Martinis, they're sharper than Morris. Comes with a Martini's version of cold rolled stainless steel. It's gutting one deer. It had absolutely no effect on the blade at all, except for the tallow stuck all over the blade. I had to wash it off. I'd be very careful. It remained razor sharp. small knife. This is the classic, the Martini Little Classic. You might want to get its big brother if you have big hands. It barely fits me and I have small hands. But it did the trick, no problem. 3.5-inch blade. Its blade length, its cutting edge is almost as long as the Buck's, because the cutting edge goes way down. So there's the Martini Little Classic. Again, another knife that can do everything the Buck knife can do in a lighter package, less than half the price. Then of course I won't say much about the Mora Clipper. There you go. Actually has a longer cutting edge than the Buck Vanguard. I picked this one up for $7.99 in carbon steel. Razor sharp knife, holds an edge great. Rotten sheath. The sheath is great the way it clips on your belt, but you take it. Okay, so much for retention. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of losing my knife going through the brush. I have it rubberized down here to quiet it. Same here. You can get the same knife in stainless steel. These are $10 knives though. Except for that rotten sheath, they do the trick. They'll do anything the Buck will do. Okay, here's another rubber handled knife. This is the Falkneven WM1. Nice little knife, rubber handle. Fabulous little blade for taking the hide off a deer. It's a little on the short side. It's at 2.8 inches long. Great profile on it. But now these things run for about $100. Very close online. Not such a great deal anymore. Okay. So why would I go and invest another $44.75 in this one when I have the others? And I have more I could show you, but that's just some of the rubber handled knives I have. Well, first of all, none of those knives have the classy looks of the Vanguard. This is an elegant looking knife with that brass. None of these knives have the heft and weight, just the overall weight of this knife. The others are great when you want a lightweight knife, but I hunt close to my car. I'm not backpacking. If I was backpacking, I'd probably take the Martini. When I hunt 200 yards from the car, so weight isn't an issue. The blade length is in shape, is just perfect for a hunting knife. I just like the idea of having at least one knife that has some bulk and some strength to it. As a survival knife, this is the one I would grab. I would take it. I wouldn't feel the slightest bit underknifed with this instead of like a Falkneven F1. And this, of course, is well under half the price of the Falkneven. And it's got a lifetime warranty. Now these knives, if something happened to them, well, they'd say tough luck. Falkneven, the blade broke, they'd probably say it was my fault. But not Buck. Buck will take care of you if your knife broke. And if you take care of the knife, you don't use it as a pry bar or as the tip of it as a screwdriver, it's not going to break. I can tell this is a strong knife. It's got excellent fit and finish. It's going to last a long time. So this is going to become my primary hunting knife. Most of the hunting I do is going to be with this Buck Vanguard with the rubber handle. So you can spend more money, 20 bucks, 15, 20 bucks extra for the wooden handle, but I like this one. That's it. Again.